Hi Gemini, welcome back to the Divine Dojo. I'm Gabriella and I'm here to do your reading for July 7th through the 13th. So big week for you guys. Uranus moves into your sign. Well, big week, I mean big time, because it's a 7-year transit. So the past 7 years it's been in Taurus, so you know, moving into your sign, it's the Great Awakener, and it moves in today, which is the 7th, which initiates a cycle, a new cycle, like I said, of innovation, of tech, of ideas that we have or have implemented, but like bringing them to life in a new way, different than before. And it has to do with our everyday connections and communications. So since Uranus is the Great Awakener, this deals with like a lot of breakthroughs, unexpected news, and mental freedom in your sign. So that happens today. On July 10th, we have the full moon in Capricorn, which is highlighting the interplay of public achievement and then wanting emotional foundation, because we're still in Cancer season and Jupiter is in Cancer. So you know, we have that interplay there. And then on the 13th, Saturn goes retrograde in Aries. So this is, you know, retrogrades are basically review and reevaluations. And in Aries, it's about our responsibilities, not only to ourselves, but also to other people in our lives and to like the collective. You know, the self-serving ways that, you know, we have to take accountability for as well. This has to do with like boundaries, long-term plans, and our inner strength, and taking, like I said, a lot of personal responsibility. So those are like the big major things going on this week. And so, sorry, I'm just like, oh, well, I'm gonna have to pause this for a second. All right, so let's, Gemini, I had a pee, I'm sorry. Let's clear the energy with our, this is the 528 Hertz tuning fork, and this is the love frequency. So we're gonna infuse this week with love. So 1, 2, 3. All right, Gemini, I hope you had a good 4th of July weekend. It was a little intense here because even though we weren't affected by it, but just the news was all about, and my mom loves watching the news. I can't stand it. But, you know, it was a holiday weekend and spending time with my mom and all of that. And so I was, you know, not forced. Nobody forces me to do anything. But, you know, I had to watch the news cycle and hear, and, you know, of the flooding that's going on here in Central Texas in Kirk County. It's been intense. 80 people are dead. And, yeah, so there, you know, I don't want to spread negativity, but that's just a reality of, you know, what happened here. So yeah, and you know, they're still looking for people, and some children are missing, and yeah, it's a whole thing. But anyhow, I hope you, wherever you are, had a great weekend. And you know, well, this one wanted to turn right away. The unseen, interesting as Uranus moves into your sign, huh? So this is about, excuse me, the unseen is about the ethers, the mystical energies, the frequencies that we don't see. I mean, some people see frequency and like auras and things like that, but you know, most of the population doesn't. You know, the spirits and things like that. So it's interesting to see how that plays out for you guys with the tarot. So let's get started. Yeah, anyhow, I hope you had a beautiful week. I did. It was chill, besides like the news cycle going on in my house 24/7. And you know, at my house, when I lived in Los Angeles, I haven't had a TV, you know, in over a decade. At one point, when in 2021, when I did move into my new place, I got it and then I sold it right away. I'm like, what am I doing? So I catch myself getting into bad habits here, and I'm really trying to like not, like I've been drinking Coke, you know, not every day or anything, like one a week, and I never did that shit, you know. So I'm like really trying to get back into myself and, you know, just adjusting. I'm really adjusting and really prioritizing myself again, you know. But I'm also trying to find like work and stuff, so it's been a lot. So, all right, Spirit, I invite you in to give. Let's take it. Gemini, well, let's not take them. Spirit said no, because I haven't invited them in properly. So I invite Spirit in to help me be a clear messenger and of the messages that you want them to know, and have a clear and concise message for the Gemini collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus collective of the Geminis, for their best and highest good of all, of everyone involved. Anyways, I just got super scatterbrained with your energy. A, I had to go to the bathroom, and then B, I'm like, what? And I don't know. I just got super scatterbrained. So let's see what Spirit have to say. And if those cards want to come back out, they will. So you got the Four of Wands. So it's a nice, good energy to start off with. Aries energies. That energy is the Four of Wands, about celebration, joy, being in like a joyful mood, joyful spirit, good spirits, right? You got the Ace of Cups. And then you got the Five of Wands upright, Leo energy. So maybe a new love opportunity you might be interested in. Might be Leo, might be Aries energy. Might be Leo, might be Aries, I should say. It doesn't have to be. There might be some competition for this new love or new creative pursuit or new creative passion that you have. I don't know what this is about yet. But there might be some competition for it, even though, you know, there's reason to celebrate. And then you got the Devil reverse. So I wouldn't worry too much about the competition, because, you know, you're going to release limiting beliefs or whatever around whatever this is. And you're going to have control, and you're going to be, you're going to be in your power with this, you know, even if there is competition, that's okay. We got the Hermit, that flew out reversed. Interesting. Yeah, so I can read this as two ways, right? Maybe this is the past, or maybe this is going to happen. In the past, maybe you were like super joyful, super and like in high spirits, and you were presented with a cup of love, or whatever, a new passion, a new project, or new some sort of a partnership or collaboration, right? It can be love, it can be romantic or not. And then there was definitely some, either if this has happened, there was definitely some competition in the past, or there will be competition. And if that is the case, if it has happened in the past, you know, you had to release some limiting beliefs or dark patterns or thoughts about whatever this was, maybe the competition. And that had you like be in your head and maybe had you go into like kind of withdrawal mode and like put up your guard. And if not, this is what the feeling that you're going to want to do is what you're going to want to do is, you know, definitely release like any dark thoughts or limiting beliefs, and you want to take control, and you don't want to isolate yourself in regards to this situation if this hasn't happened yet, or if this will happen this week. You know, because you don't want to withdraw, you don't want to isolate, you don't want to distance yourself from something potentially nice, you know, like this new opportunity, this new partnership, this new love. You don't want to isolate and distance yourself from it. You're gonna want to though, so just keep that in mind. What is this about, Spirit? So we got Aries, Leo, Capricorn, and Virgo. What is this about, Spirit? Nine of Wands. Yeah, you're gonna want to release those dark thoughts and the need to want to like detach, and have the courage and have persistent and have resilience and have faith for what this is, even though there is some conflict and maybe some competition or some disagreements or whatever, right? Whether this has happened or will happen. Because we got the Ten of Cups reversed, and then we have the Knight of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles in the Knight of Wands upright, and then the Queen of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, so maybe this situation, if it has happened, has brought like some arguments, some disagreements, some discomfort, some disharmony, some disconnection, has made you feel detached. And if it's not, that's what it will be happening, or like you'll want to, you know, you'll have that feeling of detachment, of disconnection. But you want to be in this, Gemini, in this like Knight of Wands energy, you know, passionate, expressive, inspired, adventurous, fearlessness about this cup of love. We do have the Queen of Pentacles reversed, so an Aries, Sagittarius, Capricorn energy. So maybe you are dealing with some sort of Capricorn, because that's out twice with the Devil energy, or a Leo, because that's come out twice as well, or a Sag. Cancer, Capricorn, Cancer, no, not Cancer. Wait, Cancer? No, Capricorn, sorry. Leo or Sag. Capricorn, Leo, or Sag. You might be dealing with a queen, or male or female, whatever, a Capricorn, Leo, or Sagittarius type of energy. What is this about, Spirit? What is this about? A chapter, moving on from a chapter is not closed and you haven't moved on from it, right? You know, something that hasn't closed, a chapter that hasn't closed yet. And it's brought you some either like insecurity about yourself or the person, or worry about the person. Why is the Devil here? What is this about? Worry. Nine of Swords. Worried that there won't be justice or balance or the right thing will come of this. This is about love or work. Is this about love or work? King of Cups, Nine of Cups. It could be about love. And then the Ten of Swords. Maybe there was an ending or will be an ending with either some sort of water sign, or like I said, Capricorn, Sag, or Leo. What is this about, Gemini? Let me pull this, because this deck is not wanting to talk here. Stop wanting to talk. What is this about? Something is not finished, for sure. And it's been bringing you, and this could be about a romantic partnership or some sort of offer or opportunity or whatever. This could be dealing with some sort of, whether it be romantic or some sort of opportunity that, you know, brings you happiness and joy. It's not done. It's not complete. It's not, maybe it hasn't been fair. And it needs to end. But what is this about? Ten of Wands and the Queen of Cups. So I have at the bottom, you know, when I split the decks. Shit. Ten of Wands. Did that come out as well? No, you had the Nine of Wands. Yeah, you're ready for this thing to be done. You're tired of carrying the burden of whatever this is. What is this about? What is it? What is this burden? What is this thing that needs to close out? What is it? What is it? Spirit. One more shuffle, Spirit. Tell me what this is about. Thank you. An Eight of Cups. Yes, it's something that's been messing with your emotions. You're trying to move on from it, but there's something not fair or just about it, and it's not completing because something is not right about this. Because maybe you're still disagreeing or arguing about this, and you're tired. You're really tired, and you're worried and anxious about it. But it looks like a new opportunity will come once this gets wrapped up. But what is the advice here? 10 of Cups and 10 of Pentacles. Let's put the deck. Ooh, too many. Spirit, please tell me this without clear message about the Nine of Pentacles. This has to do with your money. An opportunity that had to do with your money. There's everything here. You have Swords, you have Wands, you have Cups. You have Swords, you have Wands, you have Cups. And Pentacles. Well, Pentacles, you have the Queen of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, and the 5 of Pentacles. 9955. I like to do like numerology as well. You definitely have 10, 10, 9. You have 3 9s. Can I just get clarity about what this is about? Is this about money, love, career? Whoa. It's definitely a disappointment or heartbreak. Definitely about some sort of Ace of Cups. A disappointment. This needs to end. Okay. Queen of Swords. Yeah, I said this needs to end, and you definitely need to be in that kind of Queen of Swords energy this week of like being clear in your communications and having boundaries and like clear cut and having clarity. Hopefully, or maybe you're getting clarity this week because you're getting the Ace of Wands and the Queen of Swords. And maybe this opportunity will bring you some clarity of communication or what you need. You want to end this 100%. You're sick and tired of whatever this burden is. Yeah, and the High Priestess. Pisces energy. You do have some other Pisces here too. Well, I think you're going to be getting some clarity. You're going to be trusting your intuitions. Here's the King of Cups again. So maybe you are dealing with some sort of water sign. Either a Pisces, a Scorpio, Cancer, or maybe Aquarius. I don't think so though. I don't get Aquarius vibes, but yeah, there King of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So maybe you are dealing with some sort of king, or reverse it if you're a female, some sort of Queen of Cups, or a male, some Queen of Cups energy that has brought in has disappointed in some sort of way here, and you're going to be getting clarity. What is the advice here? What is the advice this week for Gemini? Final pull, and then I'm going to get advice from the Wisdom of the Oracle. The Tower. Yeah, because this needs to end, because you want it to end, but there's something that is not right or fair or balanced, that is not letting the ending happen. And maybe it's because you just didn't know about something, but I feel like you will be getting the clarity that you need, Gemini, this week for whatever it is. And oh, whoa, and I just remember the unseen. So maybe you will be getting the clarity this week, or have gotten the clarity that will lead to this Tower moment, and it will be sucky or whatever, but you'll get to move on from it finally, because deep down in your heart what was bothering you. It was bothering you, right? It was causing you anxiety, worry, fear, heartbreak, whatever, whether it be romantic or business related. It's time this week to trust your intuition and you will get the clarity you need, and you will create the Tower yourself. I don't think the Tower is like coming down on you or anything, because you've felt this whole thing happening, or it has happened, and now you're going through the Tower moment. You got the clarity, and this week, what is it? What are some final messages here for Gemini? Well, Gemini, I hope this all works out. I mean, if you made it this far, please do let me. And what does it say? To be fair and regeneration. So we got justice and to be fair. And then what do we have at the bottom of the deck? Regeneration. I mean, the split deck, sorry. And then the Tower and regeneration. That usually what happens after the Tower, right? Interesting. Interesting. I'm really curious to know what this is about. Chaos and conflict. Well, Gemini, if this is what you're going through or have been through, you know, you're going to be happy that the tower is here or that it's coming, and, you know, that you get to move on from this chaos and conflict. Shit. Talk about Uranus and Gemini coming in hot. Coming in hot. Oh, interesting. I split the deck again. Yang, that's that fire energy, right? Fire, air energy, and then reversed, well, it depends on how you put it, but I'm holding the deck like this, so let's be fair. It says not for you, but it is reverse. Sometimes we just get really attracted to stuff that isn't for us, and like, I love how these colors are kind of similar, the unseen and not for you. Similar vibe. Huh. Yeah, all that glitters isn't gold, right? All that glitters is not what it's chopped up to be, all, you know, like what somebody made it out to be or whatever. Or you know, somebody in real estate, we have a term that is called, it's like when a house is like pretty, but like when you get to the bottom of it, or like start actually opening drawers and cabinets and shit, we say it's like putting lipstick on a pig, right? It's still a pig. It's still a piece of shit. So, and sometimes we can get, you know, drawn into situations because they seem really good, or they seem really like awesome or whatever in the beginning, and then they turn out not to be, and it causes all this turmoil and heartache and pain and worry and anxiety and all of this type of shit, right? And when really our intuition all along is telling us, or it's not fair, or, you know, something, there's some sort of something, you know, going on that it's not right, and our intuition has been telling us all along, like, hey, yo, bro, lady, move on, you know, but we stay there or whatever. Or maybe because there's something that's not allowing the proper closure. So hopefully you get to be able to do a proper closure for whatever this is. Well, let me get some Mystical Shaman Oracle. Fuck. Coming in hot. All right, Spirit, what is the advice here? What is the advice? Yeah, the coyote. Oh, and the medicine wheel. What is the medicine wheel? The medicine wheel is the world, right? You got the snake, you got the tiger, you got the phoenix, you got the, is there a bull there? I don't know, whatever. It's a fucking hummingbird, so, you know, whatever. It's similar to the world, you know. So something does want to end, but you need to be like, you know, coyotes can be playful and fun and all of that, but they're also very cunning, and well, that's more like a fox, but you know, they're very aware, and they watch, and they're careful. So just be careful of this ending in this tower. Trust your intuition, and this chaos and conflict. Remember that you definitely want to move on from it, but things have to kind of end. You feel like things have to end in a fair and balanced way, and maybe that's what you need. One more of this, and then No. What is the advice over here? Angel answers. And then I'm going to pull a... Do tell me what this is about, Gemini. I really want to know. Please comment. Definitely like, share, and subscribe. I want to know what this is about. If this has happened, or if this is happening, or this will happen. Yeah, meditation brings awareness or answers. Helpful people. Definitely seek, you know, advice and help from your friends, family, co-workers, whoever you trust. What is the advice here? Well, you saw that fly. The situation will improve for sure. Because you definitely, you're tired of this bullshit, whatever this is. In the near future. Let me pull a numerology card. I know I said this is why these readings go on. But, you know, sometimes complex ones need the reading. It says, look at the bigger picture when I split the deck, and full moon and Leo, don't get pride getting your way. What is some advice for Gemini? Spirit. It says, hold your visions. Fixed moon. Conclusions are within reach. Yeah, and what was that? In the near future. And then it's time to take action. New moon in Aries, but sometimes they give timing, you know, but that's more of a... Let me read an angel number card, and then we're going to read the unseen and see what's up. And remember, Uranus moving into your sign, it's definitely going to amp up your mental energy and anguish, but it's also going to give you fresh ideas, fresh way of doing things, innovation, you know, maybe new technologies that you're going to be using, whatever it is you're doing, right? So there's always a positive and negative to everything, but it's just a matter of balance. All right, Spirit, one message for Gemini. Thank you. 24/24. It says, good times. You are deserving of affection, relaxation, and joy. Open up to your family and friends about your feelings, and you will find everyone aligned and working together harmoniously. Many people are cheering for you. When you spread love, it returns to you multiplied. Interesting. I really want to know what this is about. I mean, it seems like heartbreak, but it, you know, not everyone is going to be in a relationship. Some people are going to be single, blah, 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 you know. So it's just take it for how it resonates for you. And, yeah. The unseen. It says the spirit, the ancestor, the eternal. The unseen is just as it sounds. We cannot see it, yet it sees us watching, waiting with wisdom, both kind and instructive. We feel this presence, sense it, intuit it, and then doubt its existence. Though it rallies our attention time and time again, the energy of the unseen may come in many forms. A compelling dream, a sudden insight, a clear voice, a vision or message from a loved one who has passed to the other side. It is natural to fear these communications. It is natural to fear these communications as they challenge our perception of what is real. When this card appears, your guides are near. Your guides are near. The eternal is present. The doorway between the world is ajar. Listen, the sound may seem as though they come from a distant land, but they call from your innermost chambers. And that also can be, you know, our higher self too. So trusting our intuition is key, right? And it's a lot of times it's hard with all the distractions we have currently in the world to trust, to sit down and be still and calm enough to get some answers, right? And meditation doesn't mean you have to be on a fucking rock like Buddha meditating. It could be just going on a walk and not actually having any devices on, right? It could just be going on a walk, going to the beach, surfing. You know, that's a big meditation. Walking in nature, in the park, walking your dog, you know, whatever. Yeah. And it can be sitting on the rock and, you know, talking to God, spirit, divine, whatever, you know, your pleasure is in wanting to call spirit. If you are watching this, then you believe in a higher power, obviously, most likely. So that's what I have for you, Gemini. So fucking interesting. Definitely trust your intuition. Definitely trust yourself. Make sure, you know, things are definitely balanced and fair. And maybe that's why this situation is not over, because it's not balanced and fair. And once it becomes balanced and fair, it's gonna, you know, and maybe that tower needs to happen so it becomes balanced and fair for everyone. And then you'll be able to move on and get rid of this anxiety and burden and whatever this is. So, and you do have helpful people out there, and the situation will improve in time in the near future. So be patient with yourself and have compassion for yourself and others. I love you so much. I hope this was helpful. And I will be doing Uranus and Gemini. I think I said this, but I don't know. I'm saying it to everybody just in case. In a full in-depth Uranus and Gemini video. And then I'll probably do a quickie for every one of the zodiac signs for the full moon in Capricorn. That'll probably be more mid towards the end of the week. So yeah, anyway, stay tuned. I hope you enjoyed this, and I love you guys so much. Again, please comment on this. I am here for you. Comment, like, share, and subscribe.